generational thing around the room. I can kind of tell the generation around that song. All right, so I'm starting us today with one of my absolute favorite stories. It is the simplest story I've ever heard, the simplest story I've ever repeated. And I've been repeating this story for I've probably been hearing the story for about 25 years, and I never get tired of this story. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. I fall in a hole. Damn, where'd this hole come from? How did I get here? It's not my fault. It takes me forever to get out of it. Cussing and screaming, I finally make my way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. I fall in the hole again. This time I go, wait a minute. This hole was here yesterday. I get out a little quicker today. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. I see the hole coming. I know it's there. I have awareness and I fall in anyway. Maybe this does have something to do with me. I get out real quick now. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street, I see that hole, I'm aware now, I'm wise. I walk around the hole. Feeling all good with my bad self, I walk around the hole. Chapter 5. I walk down a different street. I have told that story to make so many different points. Typically, it's, the first thing is, well, gosh, I guess I didn't make very wise choices between chapters 1 and 3. I've also used it with the idea of becoming aware. Like I said on the chapter 4, we become aware of, oh, okay, I saw it coming and I still landed in it. But today I'm going to use it in a way that says we just need to consistently show up on the same street, if need be, until we get it. Because sometimes that's just the way our journey is. So rather than being mad at ourselves for falling again, we just say, all right, there's something I need to get here. It's the consistency of showing up. Rather than being mad because I've gone down the street before, we're certainly not a victim. We're long past that chapter 1 stage. But to not beat ourselves up about it either. Awareness is good. Walking around the hole is really, really good. But when we get it, we get it. And now we walk down the new street. So I'm using it today, the idea of consistency. We keep doing what we need to do, however we need to do it, until we're ready to do it different. That for me is a whole lot of this. I just keep showing up, doing it the way I got to do it. Screwing up sometimes until I get it. That's our human journey. That's our spiritual journey, really, on this human path. And that's often the way it feels like, falling in those holes. So just to make sure you're all on the same page with me about what I mean by showing up. First and foremost, show up for your life. Show up for our life. What that means to me is don't hide from it and don't avoid it. Show up for our life. It also means to me, be willing. Be willing to learn, be willing to grow, and be willing to course correct. Be willing. Those two words have gotten me so far in life. Being willing is not resistance. Being willing is not, oh, I give up. Being willing is a really healthy place in there. I'm willing to keep showing up. It also means to me showing up with what I know, showing up with my learning, showing up with my thoughts, my consistency of thought, my consistency of feelings, my consistency of actions, my consistency of practice. Practice, practice. So that's kind of what I mean when I say showing up. I thought about it this way. You can't, by taking one cooking class, do not become a chef.
That's for sure.
Wouldn't that be nice? We don't, by going to the gym once or twice, right, Karina, become strong and fit. We don't just come to church once in a while and learn how to live a spiritually fulfilled life. Couldn't resist not learning that one. All right, we don't just get to do it once. We have to consistently practice that thing. And even after we master that thing, there is still maintenance of it. Consistently showing up. Here at the church, we get to a certain level of understanding. I got this. I got great 5-step treatments now. I know how to use my affirmations. I do great visioning. And there's more. And there's more. I go and watch the Food Network cooking channel. I'm a junkie. I'm learning stuff, but my gosh, it takes years to kind of go, maybe I'll try that one recipe and master that. Well, there's always maintenance. You go to the gym, you work out, you get strong and fit, but everybody knows you can't just all of a sudden stop and expect to have the same level of fitness. So we achieve mastery and then we maintain mastery. Consistently showing up. All growth requires consistency. It's just the way it is. I don't know how to do it any other way. Sometimes though, when we're moving towards a particular goal, we're thinking we're being consistent, we're walking down that same street. It can seem like we're failing. It can seem like we're not doing it right. It can seem like it's taking an awful, gosh darn long time. It can seem that even with the most well laid out plans, Richard.
Yes.
No. You're the one who likes laid out plans, aren't you? Sorry. Jim, sorry, I didn't mean it. It's not the kind of the PowerPoint, Jim. Alright, so if anybody's watching this on the YouTube thing, Richard's one of my go-to guys. No, the laid out plan thing. No matter if we have our great laid out plans, sometimes it can still seem like we're not getting it, or we're failing, or it's not moving in the direction that we want it to. But don't judge too quickly by what you see on the outside. Because this is what I know. When I have conviction and I have belief that that goal is a place I should be heading, or want to be heading, when I know within my heart that that's a goal, if I judge too quickly, I may stop my path. I may stop my process. Where all the while what's happening is in that unseen, subjective realm, soil. In that unseen realm, in that subjective, underneath the surface realm of the soil, something is still happening. We come to trust that in greater and greater ways the longer we're on this spiritual path. It's like, I don't see it happening, but something inside of me says, I'm trusting that underneath the surface, something is still working. Parenthesis, unless your intuition screams loud and clear, this ain't your path. That's different, and that's another talk. Just assuming that we are on the right path. The greatest plans can still sometimes have us feeling derailed, but if we judge that as not working, sometimes we stop the process. So trusting that something in that spiritual law realm is working is very, very, very important. I think it's best to proceed with a real strong, healthy intuition. What's my intuition telling me? It's also best to proceed with a sense of assurance that the Spirit that I say I believe in is working with me on this constantly. I often like to say my silent partner. That silent partner inside knows where I'm heading and knows exactly how to guide me there. So to go forth with assurance, it's best to proceed with a whole lot of conviction and faith. Conviction that this is the right path for me. And faith that that Spirit knows how to take me there. We want to do all the work and the actions that are ours to do. All right, so if going to the gym means you got to pump iron or get on that treadmill, that's what you do. If wanting to learn how to be a chef means you got to go to the class, you go to classes for however many years it takes. We do the actions, we take the work that is ours to do, at the same time believing that the Spirit in us knows how to do it. One without the other doesn't help. If I do too much on the physical material and I do all this work, I can start to feel really frustrated. And if I do only the spiritual work, expecting it to fall in my lap, well, that can get a little frustrating too. Faith without works is dead. Everybody knows that phrase from the Bible, probably. Faith without works is dead. We do them together. So believing deep inside that even if I don't see it yet, there's something inside moving me. This part, this path, this is consistency. This is consistently showing up. Being willing to stay the path, stay the road, no matter what. Now we have this really cool group of people here at Harmony Center and at other CSL churches that can help us